ownership a lot of credit. We had 6-year contracts. Mobile to Miami. Take this. There we go.
John Lynch's Niners booked their trip to the Super Bowl yesterday, busted out that Mobile to Miami shirt, a sign of just how far they've come because, of course, the Niners coaching staff coached the Senior Bowl last year, reserved for the last-place teams in the league. So how about that for a turnaround and hope for the Lions and Bengals who are coaching the Senior Bowl this year. The game will be on our air Saturday at 2:30 Eastern right here on NFL Network. And for a preview, let's head down to Mobile for more.
Well, it's our favorite week on the scouting calendar here in Mobile, Alabama for the Reese's Senior Bowl. And Buck, you watched the games yesterday. You saw Senior Bowl players making plays, guys like Deebo Samuel. We've got some good receivers in this game this year as well.
It's funny that you bring up Deebo Samuel because everyone is going to look for the physical wide receivers that can dominate. There are two guys in this game that I'm watching. One is Michael Pittman Jr. from USC, big physical playmaker, guy that looks like a natural #1 receiver. The way that Deebo Samuel has been able to dominate as an NFL receiver, you can see Michael Pittman being able to do that. Also, Van Jefferson from Florida. Smooth, fluid, polished route runner, a craftsman at his position. He is someone who played really well this season. I want to see how it translates on the practice field.
Definitely a lot of speed out there at wide receiver, a good group of defensive backs, but I've got my eye on the defensive line. The best conference for defensive linemen, the SEC. Two good ones here. Javon Kinlaw from South Carolina, who I believe has top 15 pick type talent, big, long, explosive. Can't wait to watch him. And then Auburn. Marlon Davidson coming off the edge, also somebody that can kick inside and rush inside as well, a very dynamic football player. The one-on-ones, we cannot wait for them to get started right here at the Reese's Senior Bowl.
The Senior Bowl, great scouting opportunity for those of you who like to follow along closely during draft season. The Combine, obviously, another one. That is February 27th through March 1st right here on NFL Network. It's going to be a little bit different this year. Everything in prime time. And the quarterbacks, wide receivers, and tight ends have moved to day one. So they'll kick things off on Thursday with the defensive guys taking over on the weekend dates of Saturday and Sunday. And there's the Pro Bowl coming up this week. From seasoned vets to rising stars, your access to awesome is on when the stars of the NFL's 100th season team up at the 2020 Pro Bowl presented by Verizon. Don't miss the AFC versus NFC matchup Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern on ESPN and ABC. And we found out today that a couple of Titans are going to be headed to that game that we didn't know before. That's quarterbacks Ryan Tannehill and defensive tackle Jurrell Casey. They're replacing Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes and defensive tackle Chris Jones because they're going to the Super Bowl. Tannehill is a free agent. Same with running back Derrick Henry, who's also going to the Pro Bowl. So we don't know if they'll be back in Tennessee next year, but we do know one person who will not be.
And talking with my wife, we've decided that it's time for me to hang up the cleats, so to speak. And, you know, it's been 47 years. Told the team today 721 games. That's a lot of games to coach. And it's just, it's time.
He says this will actually be it because he retired a few years back after several years as the Ravens defensive coordinator. He has been the Titans defensive coordinator for the last 2 seasons, and the Titans wishing him congratulations on an outstanding career. Enjoy retirement, Coach. Get ready for the best video of the day not created by Pat Mahomes. It is the video that has Russell Wilson and Travis Kelce having a good laugh at themselves. It's Andrew Hawkins' take on NFL fashion next. But first, gentlemen, you have the floor.
Mahomes moving to his left laterally, chased. And up the sideline. He's not out of bounds yet. He's at the 10. Inside the 10. He dives for the end zone. Touchdown! A remarkable acrobatic scramble on a 27-yard run. Maybe the best play yet of Patrick Mahomes' incredible young career.
I broke it, was thinking about just running out of bounds, and as I got to the sideline, I realized that I could cut up, and I was running down the sideline, and I knew we had 2 timeouts, so I was like, I might as well try to cut it back. And so I cut it back, and luckily was able to hang on to the ball and get in the end zone.
Magic Mahomes, that's the best way you can explain it. I mean, I was excited as anybody else to be able to cap off that 2-minute drill with Pat getting in the end zone.
Another reminder of why he was the MVP last year and why he is still one of the best players in the league. That 27-yard scramble, Sean, actually covered 64 yards of distance. It's the most distance covered by a quarterback as a ball carrier on a touchdown run this entire year. How do you defend that?
Yeah, great question. Coaches, people always ask me, Lindsay, if I would ever go into coaching. This is exactly why. Because as a coach in Dean Pease, he called the perfect defense, and yet Patrick Mahomes still found a way to score a touchdown, and it was a dagger in the Titans' heart because of where it came. But here's the perfect call, right? Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. I'm not going to let you beat us with those guys. We're going to double both of them. The Titans do that. Dean Pease, great call, right? It's a three-man rush. They've got a spy rusher, Rashad Evans, on Mahomes. His whole job is don't let him run with the football. It's a great call, but look at Mahomes right there. A little shake and bake, a little stanky leg up the sideline, and people don't give Mahomes enough credit for this little move right there. The athleticism, the agility. You heard him talking about it. The game is in slow motion for him clearly. And even when you have the perfect defense called, he still finds a way to beat you.
What does the stanky leg look like?
You saw it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're not going to get me. No, I'm a vet.
Chiefs-Niners, both high-scoring offenses headed to the Super Bowl, which could be good for those of you who sign up for the Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Squares sweepstakes, where every score change during Super Bowl 54 will pay out $50,000. Wow. Plus, 2 grand prize winners, Sean, will win $500,000 that they could use toward their dream home. See rules and enter for free at rocketmortgagesquares.com. And this year's Super Bowl, the first in 4 years that will not feature Tom Brady, who, of course, has 6 Super Bowl rings with the Patriots, but who is not guaranteed to return to the Patriots for another run. His contract is up at the end of the season, and he left his options open today on WEEI Radio.
I'm open-minded about the process, and, at the same time, I love playing football, and I want to continue to play and do a great job. So I'm looking forward to what's ahead. Whatever the future may bring, I'll embrace it with open arms.
The future of the GOAT bound to be a hot topic all offseason, and I'm sure it will be much discussed this week at the annual league gathering known as the Super Bowl, Senior Bowl rather, in Mobile, Alabama, where Tom Pelissero joins us. Now, what's the word down there? Is there a sense that he'll be heavily courted? What are you hearing?
Well, Lindsay, what we know as of now is that Tom Brady's contract is set to void on the final day of the league year, which is March 18th. And that contract includes a provision that prevents the Patriots from franchise or transition tagging Brady to keep him. So for the next couple of months, the Patriots can negotiate with Brady on a potential extension. But if no deal is reached, then Brady would become a free agent for the first time in his 20-year NFL career. That's really the spirit of what he said in that radio interview. This is all new to him. He doesn't want to go in with any preconceived notions, much like how Brady might walk to the line of scrimmage and figure out what coverage a defense is in before deciding where to go with the football. He wants to gather all the information and make the right decision. To that end, it's important to note no team other than the Patriots can speak with Brady or his agent about playing for them until March 18th.
Ooh, that's notable for this week where all of the agents and the teams are talking to each other. Big week for NFL business down there, but the actual Senior Bowl obviously is the point. Practices start tomorrow. Who's generating the buzz today?
Well, there certainly are some headliners at the quarterback position, starting out with Oregon's Justin Herbert, one of the top prospects going into this game when you speak with scouts. Some other guys that are intriguing. Oklahoma's Jalen Hurts. People are really excited to see what he's going to look like on the field. And one of the intriguing guys, Jordan Love from Utah State. Probably not a household name like Herbert or Hurts, but certainly somebody that scouts are going to be keeping an eye on. Now, one top prospect who will not be here, LSU quarterback Christian Fulton. I spoke to his agent, Rocky Arsenault, who told me Fulton's body's just a little bit beat up from a 15-game season. Also has a serious personal matter, a family matter that he's dealing with back home. Another top defensive back, Ashton Davis from Cal, also not going to practice or play. He is here doing interviews, but not able to participate as he recovers from a core muscle surgery that's considered relatively minor. First practice 1 p.m. tomorrow. That's the South team, coached by the Cincinnati Bengals staff, and we will have full coverage throughout the week and on game day right here on NFL Network.
Thank you, Tom Pelissero, and we will have more from Mobile in just a bit. At a certain point, we will discuss the potential matchup between Richard Sherman and Tyreek Hill in the Super Bowl. But for now, let's focus on the actual matchup between Richard Sherman and Darrelle Revis. What's the beef between these two, and who is
First of all, congratulations. We already gave it to Go Chiefs. 60,000 people at it today. Make sure you stay in warm weather shape. So, me included on this. Some of us need to get there before we put, unless we're all wearing Tommy Bahama shirts. All right.
Every single one of y'all, man. But we aren't done yet. We got a whole week and then a whole nother week to get ready to go to Miami.
Hell of accomplishment by everyone in here. That was as cool of a game as I've been a part of, man. Enjoy tonight, enjoy each other. People have been there before. It's hectic as can be when we get down there. I haven't made the whole schedule up yet, but you'll get the And then we'll head out to Miami on Sunday. All right, guys? Hey, guys, hell of a deal, man. Love and appreciate you all, man. This is great. All right, turn the music on. Let's get partying.
What a day it was yesterday, setting up a day that we expect to be great 2 Sundays from now. It will definitely be a historic day. Niners assistant coach Katie Sowers set to become the first female coach ever to coach in the Super Bowl, also the first openly gay coach. And she is from Kansas City, with a tattoo of the city's skyline on her arm. So this should be a really cool day for her and her family, which includes an identical twin sister. Looks exactly like her.
Who better not be wearing Chiefs gear?
No, something tells me that they'll be rooting for the Niners. So this next thing has nothing to do with the Super Bowl, but we have to show it to you because I think it's the best thing that we saw on social media in quite a while, and it's from our colleague Andrew Hawkins. I think you're going to agree. Take a look.
Get it? Because I'm wearing a costume. You get it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Hawk nailed that, dog. Hawk nailed that.
Was awesome. I can't believe Baby Gap has that many styles. That's awesome.
That is my favorite.
Love you, Hawk.
And we should point out Russell Wilson had a very good attitude about all of this. He responded with this leveled up, added Sierra. Car goes to GQ is the hashtag. I love it. That was my favorite part.
In Wisconsin.
What was your favorite look, Lindsay?
Which was my favorite look, or like the funniest?
Your favorite look? Oh yeah, who was the funniest? What look?
I also like the guy trying to walk by the star quarterback that couldn't come by. There were a lot of good ones though. Kelsey with the wind machine and the music and the whole thing. Which guy were you?
I was the guy there before the camera guy, so I never got on camera. I was the early crew.
So also known as the Andrew Luck, I suppose.
You had the styling.
Kind of.
You were styling for sure.
Not quite like that.
Yeah.